Fasting is really important. It's just on a physical level. It helps to rejuvenate your body. It makes you better to cope with disease. It makes you fitter and healthier. It affects your mental health. So fasting is part of the sunnah of the Prophet. Was it Mondays and Thursdays he fasted? This is really healthy. Muslims have been doing this for centuries. The idea of mental illness. We are obsessed with dunya. We're obsessed with TikTok. Obsessed with material goods. Islam gives you a deeper, satisfying relationship with what really matters, which is with our Creator. And also and the knowledge that this life is brief and that our true purpose lies beyond this life, in the next life. Islam is what we call a deen. It's a complete way of life that includes the mental, the physical, the diet, the spiritual, the economic, the political. It doesn't separate religion out to the private realm. This is the supreme answer to humanity's needs. We're not going down that path at the moment, at least in many parts.
For someone who wants to learn about Islam, how would you recommend him to research it? Is it enough to write "What is Islam" on Google?
I don't recommend you use Google because you may get some good results. You're going to get a lot of bad results as well. And how are you going to know what's a good result and a bad result if you don't know about the subject? So what I do recommend, however, because I like books, this particular book, there are many books I could recommend, but this one's good, by Jonathan Brown, called Misquoting Muhammad, The Challenge and Choices of Interpreting the Prophet's Legacy. And this is an excellent introduction to the whole subject of Islam, the Quran, is it authentic? The history of the life of the Prophet, hadith, how we interpret the Quran, the four schools, you name it, is all in here.
Lastly, what would you like to say to a Christian who is watching you right now?
I'll say that Jesus, if you look at the Gospels, did not say he was God. He preaches God. In the Gospels, God is someone other than Jesus. Jesus himself says in the Gospels, a man comes to Jesus and says to him, "Good teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus says, according to Mark, "Why do you call me good? There is no one good but God alone." That's in the earliest gospel. Jesus denied he was God. He pointed to God. Islam is with Jesus on this. So come back to the original Jesus. You will find him in Islam. You will not find him in what you call Christianity.